It is Monday. It is time for the mailbag where I'm going to the Discord server to answer your questions about Marvel Strike Force and whatever else. This week, a lot of questions about Coulson, a lot of questions about Ultimus 7 and Fear the Darkness. So I'm going to answer those plus a lot more. So if you are ready to see if your question made it onto the mailbag video this week, you know what to do, guys. Let's go smash it.
ValleyFlyin.
What is up, guys? It is Monday. It is time for the mailbag, and I am excited. Oh man, Halloween is over. All the Halloween parties are over, and that means I am answering your questions from the mailbag on the Discord server. So if you have not a part of the Discord server, make sure you check out the link in the description so you could go there, interact with the community. There's also links for BlueStacks if you want to play Marvel Strike Force on your computer. 60 frames per second. Looks beautiful, guys. Plus, there's also a link to the new game I am playing, Dragon Champions, and some Valley merch, some other stuff there. So check out some of those links, guys. But let's get to your questions because it is Monday and I'm excited for this. All right, guys, we are going into all of it. And the first question, ValleyFlyin, are you stockpiling orbs? I'm currently holding onto War Orbs and Orange Raid Orbs in case they add new T formats. So I'm stockpiling my premium orbs because I always do a big opening with that. I'm also holding on to my Orange Elites and my normal Orange Orbs just because I don't need them right now. I'm going to talk a little bit about why I don't need them in a little bit, but those are what I am holding on to. Next question. You may have already answered this, but what are the best abilities to use orange mats on Coulson? So the best mats for him in War to make that a really scary team is his passive and his ultimate. The rest of them are okay, but if you do those, it's a very, very different team with those T4s on and not on. Next question. Is there a way to beat Coulson besides X-Men? I feel more people will have Coulson than will have Phoenix. So on the test server when we were at the dev's office, we had about a 50% win rate with the Fantastic Four. Now, this was punching across. These were evenly matched or evenly built teams, and you got about a 50% win rate. Normally, Johnny Storm is dead, and you're going a 4 against whatever is on that shield team right off the bat. Now, once in a while, it would kill a second member, and at that point, it was a 3 on whatever. It was very tough to win, although I have heard about some people winning. So Fantastic Four, they can counter if you're punching across or punching it down. I'm not sure how much they're able to punch up against that Fury Coulson shield war defense, but they can beat that. And there's a lot of teams that could two shots on those. If you could take out Coulson and just leave the rest of the shield team, you could beat that team with any other team that would beat shield. Or if you take out Medic and Coulson is there, you could go in and beat that team as well. So you could either two-shot it or use X-Men or get a 50% win rate with Fantastic Four. But yeah, you're gonna need to build all those teams up to kind of punch across because I'm not sure how much you could punch up against X-Men or against the shield team, even with the X-Men. I heard about 50K is around where you need to stop that. But yeah, two-shot it or use X-Men or Fantastic Four. Next question. I don't have Ghost Rider, but have Strange at 6-star, Mordo, Scarlet Witch at 7, working Elsa up. Who should my 5th be? My Loki is pushing up to 7 stars. On your live stream, you mentioned Hela as a 5th, but for an Elsa replacement. I should get a Hela to our former Blitz. So the big thing when replacing members of this team is Ghost Rider adds a lot. I don't think Elsa adds a lot, so you can replace her with other members like Loki, like Hela, but I think Ghost Rider adds a lot to this team. So it really limits the ability. But basically, you can use the old school debuff team. You know, before this supernatural team came around, we had a really strong team with some debuffers like Venom and Carnage. You could use them as a 4th and 5th for this team because they work well before the supernatural team even came around. So go back there, just work on a debuff team if you want to do that. And you can add Loki in there as well, although the damage will be a little lacking with this team if you use Loki. So that would be my advice if you don't have Ghost Rider because it's not a supernatural team without Ghost Rider. Next question, why are Wolverine shards in the latest event milestone orbs? Is Fox Next trolling us? Would they really troll us? I don't know why they're in there. I think they should take Wolverine shards out. I guess it's for the newer players, though, that don't really have as much time in the game and really want to get Wolverine built up. I don't know why he's in there. Why is Miasma so difficult to find? It's a unique. It's a purple unique and orange unique, and those don't always pop up. So hopefully you get lucky. I mean, a lot of with the uniques is just a lot of RNG. So good luck with that. I hope it pops up for you a little more, and anybody else that's missing some of these uniques. Next question, is there a reason to be saving Blitz currency still? There's no specific reason. I don't know what's going on with this red star thing coming to the Blitz store. It was a data mine a while ago. Nothing seems to ever came of it. I don't know if anything will come from it. So if you want to, you can save it. I'm currently saving mines because there's no characters that I really need in that Blitz store, except for rescue, and it's not a reliable farm that I want to spend my currency on. So I'm holding it still, but there's no real reason specifically to hold it. So if you need to save it, then do it. If not, then I'd probably still hold on to it. Next question, how do we get into the pants of Hulk community of alliances? So I'm not in that alliance cluster anymore. Cool group of guys though. So reach out to them, see if you meet their requirements, and go from there. I know they have another server just for anybody to join. So check that out. I think the link should be on my Discord server if you want to check that out. Next question, what alliance are you in currently at the moment? And when are you joining forces with Casino? So alliance currently is Hydra Space Aliens, cool group of guys. They push hard in the raids and cool group. It's exactly what I'm looking for in alliance. When am I joining forces with Casino? I don't know. We've talked about it so many times in the past when I was looking for alliance and switching things up. Just timing is never matched up. You know, when there's availability with him, I'm not looking for alliance, and you know, when I'm looking for alliance, there's no availability. So this, I don't know if it's gonna happen, but it doesn't matter. We still talk to each other all the time. Next question, does Thor's passive apply to undead Asgardian summons? I have no idea. There's not a lot of consistency in this game for which passives will work with other characters and not, so I'm assuming that it will, but we're gonna have to see Greg in action to see if Thor really interacts with him and ups his damage from that. Next question, with your best estimate, how long before Invisible Woman even returns? I have no idea, so this is just a random guess off the top of my head. I would say it's at least 4 weeks away, but that is just based on gut feeling and nothing that I've seen on data mine or any rumors, but that's where I would say, at least 4 weeks away from me recording this. Next question, do you think the Minerva campaign event will ever return? Unfortunately, no, I don't think it will. I would be very, very happy if it does, because I definitely want more shards for Minerva, but seeing how they've handled Black Widow and Nobu and other characters in the past, Thanos even, I don't see it returning, unfortunately. Next question, why do they keep bringing out teams that need T4s to be good? I don't like Supernatural enough to invest in them. I don't see the fun factor you're talking about. They're aim light to me. So I think they're a lot more fun, but again, that's a personal preference. You may not. I think they're a little better than aim as well, but why do they keep bringing out teams that need T4s to be good? Money. This is a game of economics. This is a game of resource management, and ultimately at its core, it's a game of collecting all these characters. So if you're able to collect all the characters, max them out, the game's not fun because there's no chase. So that's why they keep doing it. So there's always something to chase after, something that you always have to spend money on, or at least be working towards in the game so that you don't get bored. And that's kind of the business model of this game and a lot of other games out there. So that's why they keep doing it. They're going to continue to do that. So that's what it is. I got Coulson, but don't have Fury. What tunes do I use for him in war defense? So you're gonna be lacking a lot without Fury there, but if you have Coulson, use him with the rest of the shield minions and take out Trooper. So it'd be Coulson, Security, Medic, Assault, and Operative. I think that would be the best non-Fury version of that team. They'll work okay. They're not gonna be a meta team. I don't know if you'll need like a full-on X-Men team to beat that team, but you know they'll do okay. They'll do okay on war defense. Next question, how do you prepare for Fear the Darkness if you don't have Minerva? So I'm gonna go over a few different team options for you, but just remember, it's gonna be a lot slower without Minerva because she has the best damaging move in the game, the best healing, or in the mode, and the best healing move in the node, all in her ultimate. So it's gonna be a lot slower, but just remember, a lot of people were passing Fear the Darkness before Minerva was even out as a character, so it's possible. Just set some different expectations for yourself that you're going to take a lot longer than a player that does have Minerva. Next question, what are the 5 best teams variation to take into Fear the Darkness? I know there are many more options and characters since some of you guys completed it, but what would be good to gather? I know Minerva's a must, but what about the rest? Only 13 I have is JJ. Don't have Phoenix or Invisible Woman on my roster, so they're not an option for me. So remember, with Fear of Darkness, it's not just about building a certain team, you're filling certain roles. So the first role I'll talk about the different roles, and you can fill it with whatever characters you have max or close to that max spot as possible. So the first role I want to talk about for Fear of the Darkness is the role of a cleanser, someone that's going to get the debuffs off your team, and you already have one right here. You talked about JJ, so JJ is very good at this, but I use Groot for this mode because he does a lot of other things. Scientist Supreme will not just remove stuff, she'll flip it and make it a positive for you. Invisible Woman does this as well if you max out her special. I know you don't have her, but Ronin will also do this. So pick one of those characters. You already got JJ. If you are working on Fear of the Darkness yourself, pick one of those characters because I think it'll be essential to remove some of these debuffs. Next you want to work on is a Protector. And Groot fills that role if you pair him with Rocket. He does taunt with Rocket special, but if you're not bringing in Rocket, Juggernaut is okay. I brought him in without Magneto for the first few nodes just because that is who I already had geared up. So he did okay, but once I replaced him with other characters, the trek was so much quicker going through that Fear of the Darkness. Security, Shield Security works pretty well as pretty good as well. Captain America works good and also serves a couple different roles as well. He gets that defense up with it as well. And then Colossus is okay. Better if you pair him with Phoenix, but he's an okay tank by himself. And he'll help you if you have enough gold stars on him for this. Now the energy. This is very important if you're running that Minerva squad because like we talked about with her ultimate, best damage and best healing move in that game mode. So you want that energy so she could do her ultimate more often. Star-Lord provides that, which is why you see a lot of people using that Star-Lord Minerva combo. Very accurate, and you can really funnel it right to Minerva. Thanos can do that as well, but you're gonna need a lot of kills, and you're not getting them as often in Fear of the Darkness, so he's an option, but not one of the better options. And then you got Captain America and Jessica Jones. They could give out energy, but you can't control where that energy goes, so they're okay, but I think Star-Lord is the best option right there. You got some sustain that you need, so some healing to help protect you through these nodes. Now, if you're looking to one-shot these nodes, you're gonna need this. If you're just looking to take your time through this, you may not need that sustain. So Minerva, with that ultimate that she does, very, very good. Shuri offers a little bit. She gets defense up. She gets some healing, so she gives some sustain as well. Groot, again. So again, the reason why I like Groot, he fills a lot of different roles that you're gonna need to fill for your Fear of the Darkness team. He has some healing, he has some defense up, he has some death proof, and then again, Invisible Woman with her barrier and applying offense down to all the enemies. She really helps out a lot. Now, damage is a little weird. The only two real big damage dealers in this mode are damage dealers that rely on a percentage-based attack. So Minerva, again, with her ultimate. This is why she's so valuable in that mode. Very, very strong move, does a percentage-based attack, so she's taking a lot of health from the enemies and applying it to you for that heal. And then Phoenix also does that as well. There's other damage dealers, Rocket, some of your more traditional damage dealers that will be okay in this mode, but because they have so much health in Fear of the Darkness, your traditional damage dealers aren't doing as much. So fill all of those roles: damage, sustain, energy, protection, and a cleanse. Once you do that, you'll have a good Fear of the Darkness team. Would it be possible to build, to smart build an Ultimate 7 team to get Ultron instead of the BKT variant? So what he's talking about, Invisible Woman, Scientist Supreme, Minerva, Groot, and Star-Lord, something like that to get Ultron. It could work. You might not be able to one-shot a lot of these nodes. You got to time things right, again, because you don't have that taunt. But when I went through Fear of the Darkness, all I had was that taunt from Groot, and it managed to work, and it didn't go off very often. So that team would work. It's fun. I don't know if it's the ideal team, but definitely would work. Plus, worst case scenario, it takes you a few times to get through each node, but you're gonna have a good team for Ultimate 7 after you finish with Fear of the Darkness. So yeah, build it, it's cool. Yo, V-Man, simple question. Is this new tech wing our new squad for Ultimate 7? What are your thoughts on that? So the squad he's referring to is this one right here. This is an infographic from Chewburger talking about this squad with Minerva, Scientist Supreme, Ultron, Falcon, and Shuri. I think Wolverthor made a video on this squad as well. And honestly, I have not tried this. And the reason when I saw this, our alliance shifted back to Ultimate 6 so we could do some of these milestones. So we haven't done an Ultimate 7 until today, and I used my old team, the team that I saw on Combs' videos. So three of these characters the same, Minerva, Ultron, and Star-Lord, and then the other two characters were Invisible Woman, because I already had her built up pretty high, and then the last character was Captain Marvel, because again, it's a character I already have built up. So this team, I think it is good. Everybody that I've heard use this likes this team a lot, but I haven't tried it personally, but yeah. It seems like a very, very good team, guys. All right, next question. ValleyFlyin, is the Tech Wing team much better than BKT with Ultron? Also, hope this is okay to ask, how do you like Dragon Champions? Of course that is okay to ask, and I am liking Dragon Champions. In some ways, I'm liking Dragon Champions better than Marvel Strike Force, and in other ways, I'm liking Marvel Strike Force better than Dragon Champions, but I am enjoying both games. I like the genre, I like that turn-based RPG. Now, guys, if you have not checked out my other channel, ValleyFlyin 76, make sure you do that. That's where I'm going to be posting my Dragon Champions content and anything non-Marvel related. And if you just want to help the channel grow, guys, check it out, even if you're not interested in Dragon Champions. And if you guys are really, really cool, you can give me a subscribe to help that channel grow. But as far as this Tech Wing team, like I said, I haven't tried it firsthand, but I think this team will do a lot better in Ultimus 7 because of that heavy sustain that you're getting with Scientist Supreme, with Minerva, with Shuri. A lot of healing, a lot of defensiveness with this team, so I think they're going to work a lot better for Ultimus 7. Now, if you're going back to the Greek raids or Ultimus 6, my assumption is that the BKT team will work a little better, but yeah, I think Tech Wing is going to be superior for Ultimus 7. But like I said, I don't have the first experience, so it might change. But just theory crafting wise, I think this team is going to work a lot better. Next question: when do you think Graviton will be farmable or purchasable? Again, no information on this, nothing data mine, nothing rumor wise. But I'm thinking, just assumption wise, I'm thinking maybe at least another month or so. Maybe 2, but I'm thinking about a month or so he's going to become farmable. Next question: what T4s should I put on my Brotherhood and AIM team? So I have 0 on my AIM team and they work pretty well. So I don't know if you need any for AIM, although there are some like AIM Monstrosities special that will help the team work a little better, but I don't think you need any for AIM. Now, as far as Brotherhood, I don't know if you need any depending on your competition that you're facing, but I got 4 on there. Magneto's passive, Magneto's special. I think those 2 are very, very valuable. And I saw my Brotherhood team performing a lot better with those 2. The other 2 I have is on Pyro. Pyro's ultimate and Pyro special. The team also worked a lot better when I put these T4s on. So those are what I would recommend for Brotherhood at the bare minimum. Next question: is everything in the universe, including atoms and particles, stop moving? Does time stop? Or does time continue even if everything is frozen? Now, I'm not a physicist. I took a couple physics classes in high school, but I would assume that that time would not stop moving. Everything would just be frozen. But again, this is not my area of expertise or anything like that. So if you guys have something different, let me know in the comments. I think that time would keep moving, but yeah. Let me know. Next question: ValleyFlyin, thanks for the shout out last week. Apart from Ultron, who is a good candidate to Gear 14? And are you working on any characters to Gear 14? No, I am not. I'm not taking any characters up to Gear 14. I'm not taking any other characters up to Gear 13 either. And the reason for that is we don't know the exact requirements for the new Dark Dimension. I think a lot of people assume, and they're probably right, that the requirements are going to be a level 75 Gear 14, but we have not had any official confirmation on those being the requirements. And until we get that, no characters of mine are going up to Gear 14, and none are even going up to Gear 13, because those superior uniques are so hard to come by. They don't show up very often, so I want to make sure I'm using those resources in the right place. So as of right now, everyone is in a holding pattern as far as their gear up until Gear 12, and then everybody's just stopping right now. So that is what I'm doing. Next question: will we ever see the return of raid characters? I prefer that personally over these Greek raid orbs with select characters. Would like to see Cyclops introduced through raids. I want to see it. I think every other player wants to see it. It was so good when we had those 1 characters in the raids that we're raiding hard for. I thought it was a good release method. These random characters in these orbs just not as fun in my opinion. So yeah, I don't like it as much, but I don't think we're gonna see the old method happen again. We haven't seen it in a while. I don't think they're gonna bring it back, unfortunately. So yeah. Next question: now that they've created the Envoy program for content creators such as yourself, did they make a rule or strongly discourage trash talking, bashing, or calling Fox Night out? I noticed you stopped using the fox-necked fox in your video. I still do it once in a while when I feel they deserve it. I don't know. They've been making mistakes with bugs. Nothing too malicious, except for these offers that you mentioned here. While Foxnex had done a complete 180 this time last year, or since this time last year, I still find their valuation on offers ridiculous. Yeah, I agree. And I think they're going to keep putting out these ridiculous offers, and the reason is because people are buying them. If they're putting out these offers, nobody would buy them. They would have to shift around their business plan, but I think there's a lot of people buying these ridiculous offers, so they're not going to change their business plan. And no, they didn't suggest or discourage trash talking or anything. They said just be honest with everything and look at it in a fair light. And I kind of have, just ever since I've met some of the devs, I've given them kind of the benefit of the doubt for a lot of things. Now, there's some things that I don't let them slide on, and that Fox will return once in a while. But yeah, I think the game is in a much better place. What do you think, guys? I'm not as hating on everything at this point. I just don't think it's just fun to hate on it. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, guys. Have they deserved that fox more often than I've been using it, or have I been using it the right amount? Let me know. Next question. Would it be cool to have a Hulkbuster tank for power armor? Yes, it would. Next question. Thoughts on Supernatural team for first after defenders for new players, assuming they have Groot and Elsa while we're still working on Star-Lord. So on my new player guide, the farming guide, the main purpose of that is to unlock the legendary characters as quick as possible. So if that is your goal, no, don't work on Supernatural right after Defenders. You should still go for Guardians because that's going to help you unlock Star-Lord. Now, they are a very good team. And for that, you may want to work on them before Guardians, but I still want, for me, I want to unlock legendary characters very quickly. So I'm going to still work on Guardians. Supernatural will help you get through that Mystic campaign, though. So you may want to shift to them after Guardians before you go Sinister 6, just because it'll help you unlock some things for Phoenix and Magneto that you're going to need later on. So I would still go Guardians after Defenders and maybe switch to Supernatural after Sinister 6. Although with Sinister 6, it unlocks 2 legendary characters. So if that is your main goal, I would still probably go Sinister 6 even after Guardians. Next question. As someone who is getting very close to having a roster at mostly 6 and 7 stars, I dread opening Orbs, especially Ultimus Orbs. You think we will ever get an alternate to these Orb shards? So we do. What would you like to see as an option? I would like to see other characters added in there, or maybe a store. I know Star Wars did a store with all this extra currency where you could buy different things. I know Dragon Champions does a store as well. So maybe instead of just the Orb for Ultimate shards, maybe just a store we could buy his shards every day, you know, if he ever became a good character. But I would like to see a store instead of Ultimus Orbs. And do I think they're ever going to have an alternative to them? Probably not. Next question. How do you beat an arena team with Drax because of his spawn taunt and you can't ability block Ultron? So you're going to have to use a different strategy if you're facing a Drax team because, yeah, you can't ability block Ultron right on turn 1. So what I normally do, I use Magneto's ultimate on Phoenix, trying to bring everybody towards Phoenix. And hopefully I'll get lucky with Vision, ability blocking Phoenix, and maybe it'll go for that adjacent attack to Ultron. If not, I'm just going to start working on Drax, take out Drax, and then hopefully someone is out of stealth and I can start to work on that next character. Usually I end up winning that team, but yeah, you're going to need a different strategy than you would without Drax, because you're not going to be able to ability block Ultron on turn 1. Next question. How good will Mr. Sinister be? Meta or Fox next in? I don't know if he's going to be meta. I will wait on that one, but I definitely think he's going to be a very good character. That cloning mechanic looks super fun. I want to try it out first before I give any thoughts on it and where its place in this meta will be, but it has a very good possibility to be a part of this meta. Next question. When will Nova be released? I have no idea. I have not heard anything in rumors or Datamize or anything about Nova. Next question. What team should I push after having Defenders, Guardians, Shield, and Brotherhood? Brawlers, AIM, others? Thanks. All right, so you have Defenders, you have Guardians, you have Shield, Brotherhood. You have most of the good teams already. The only big one that you're missing is X-Men. So I would probably go X-Men right there and not work on Brawlers, not work on AIM, not work on others. The other option you have, and this one's not really going to unlock a legendary character, but you can go Supernatural right there. And the reason for that, that's going to unlock some of these nodes on the Mystic campaign, because the Supernatural team very good on this Mystic campaign, and that can help you to farm Phoenix or help you to farm more mutants for Brotherhood. So you could go that way, or you could go right to Sinister 6. not because they're the best team out of this group, but because they will unlock 2 legendary characters. And the purpose, like I said, of that farming guide was to unlock these legendary characters as quick as possible. So if that is your goal, definitely Sinister Six. But if not, X-Men or Supernatural is who you should go for first. If you could go X-Men right away, just go X-Men right away. Don't worry about Supernatural. Get Phoenix. Get her. Next question. Do you think there are too many alliances I recruit and there are crazy amounts of alliances half full of 1 million plus total collection power? Wasn't sure if you come across at your stage in the game. So I don't come across this at all. And I do this on purpose. I purposely try to avoid any type of leadership or decision making in any alliance just because I don't have time. So this is not a problem I run across. Let me know, guys, in the comments if this is an issue for you guys, though, because I personally don't see it. But if this is an issue, let me know in the comments, guys. Next question. Hey, ValleyFlyin, can you tell me what are your best war defense teams? So I don't think I'm doing anything too crazy. My best war defense teams are kind of the meta teams right now. So it's an Ultron team. Ultron's always tricky, especially if you don't one-shot him. But I run Ultron with Hand Sentry, Drax, Minerva, and Hulk just to give him the max amount of protection. I used to use Doctor Strange on that team, but he has since been relegated to the Supernatural team. I don't know if relegated is the best word because relegated is like going down, but he's on the Supernatural team now, but that is who I use Ultron on. Coulson, Fury, Shield, obviously a very, very good team. They can get one-shotted by X-Men, but you gotta use the X-Men to beat that team. Aim is very tricky. Now, my aim personally is about 150. For some reason, it gets some defensive wins, though. I think it's very easy team to underestimate. The military team with Captain America, Captain Marvel, Black Widow, that seems to be doing very good as well. Captain Marvel is always tricky on war. And then the BKT. Once in a while, it's surprising. They pick up some defensive wins, but those are the teams that are getting me the most wins on defense right now. Next question, what is the best lineup for BKT? Don't have Star-Lord yet, but I will unlock him next time his event comes around. In the meantime, I'm leveling up Groot, Rocket, Minerva, and Thanos. So, unfortunately, there's not a real good one-to-one replacement. There's other characters you could use in place of Star-Lord until you get him, but the real reason that BKT team works is because Star-Lord is feeding energy to Rocket. Thanos is feeding energy to Rocket, which allows Rocket to do his ultimate over and over again with kills and when Star-Lord goes. So without Star-Lord there, all you're getting energy is from Thanos, and unless you're getting a lot of kills, you're not getting that ultimate going off over and over and over again. So you could make do for now, putting in maybe another Guardian like Drax or Mantis, depending what game mode you're using this team in. But yeah, there's no real replacement for Star-Lord. So you could use another character in there for now, but that is Star-Lord's spot. I pulled a 6 Red Star War Machine. My issue is my Iron Man and Falcon have 0 red stars, and my Falcon has, or my Rescue has 2. Should I work on Power Armor team regardless? Any other team he will be good in. So War Machine is definitely good in that military team. If you want to put him on a team with Captain America, Captain Marvel, Black Widow, and a 5th, that would be a very good team that you could use him in. Maybe even an Iron Man in that 5th, going for that old school military team. But I probably wouldn't work on Power Armor right now with the rest of your Power Armor built so low. If you could definitely farm them and get lucky with red stars, I would definitely build them up. But see what other meta teams you're missing. If this is like your last meta team and you already have X-Men, you already have Brotherhood, you got the Fantastic Four, you got some of these harder to farm teams, Ultron, you got all this stuff ready, work on Power Armor. They're pretty good. And that is it for this mailbag video of the week, guys. I hope I answered your question. If not, you can leave it again in the mailbag channel on Discord. And if you are not on Discord, make sure you check out the link in the description down below. If you haven't checked out my other channel, the link for that is down below. And if you want to check out Dragon Champions or Valley merch or anything else, there's a lot of affiliate links down there that will support the channel. So check those out and check me out. I am on social media, guys, and I will see you guys next time. If you like this video, if it helped you, subscribe, share this with your friends, check out some of my other stuff, and make sure you join that notification squad. Ring that bell, and I will see you guys next time. Oh yeah, baby. Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin out.